Hi, welcome back to Team Woolly Sheep Reviews. Now, most of you will know that I'm not a fan of the Micro Quad, and I've been resisting. Even though I'd like one, I tend to sort of sway away a little bit. But anyway, a friend of mine has bought one. However, he didn't buy the bind and fly version, and he actually bought the kit version. They're almost ready to fly. Now, when I say almost ready to fly, it comes in a little box like this, and it is in hundreds of pieces, just like one of your favorite Christmas time Lego kits with about 1 million parts. So he looked at it and thought, I wonder if John would like to do a video on this. Yes, thank you, Big Nose 13. I wish you bought the bind and fly. It'd been a lot easier, and I would have done a much better video. So anyway, without further ado, I shall open the box and see what we've got. Okay, box is empty. What have we got? We got some batteries. This kit came from Banggood. I believe it was around about the £40 mark. Come all the way from China, as they do. So it comes with 2 batteries. It comes with the camera. I don't know any of the details of the camera, but it's got a camera kit. It's the... what else if I tell you what it is? I think it's the Q80 kit. Doesn't say it on there, but if anybody's got one, they'll probably recognise this type of frame as the Q80. It's got a flight controller, as I said, the camera, 4 motors, the power leads, etc. Lots of props. Looks like there's a couple of sets. The motor grommets. So he's bought a receiver, kind of a bit big. So this one is going to have to be slimmed down. However, it is a bit big compared to but it's not far off the same size as the flight controller. And Kerry Kitten has done a review on this very same build. He's used one of these, which is why Simon went for it. The reason he's gone for this is a full range receiver. This is the D4R2 from FreeSky or FrSky. This will give you a reasonable range. So Simon's fantasy is to be able to fly this micro quad with a little bit of range. However, what sort of battery time do you get on these? Is it 4 minutes? 3 minutes? I don't know. Right, with a bit of help from some files, and like that. Yeah, it was put together very carefully, and yeah, there's the frame. So I hope I haven't missed out of it, because that ain't coming apart. That is, they were really tight fit. I used the pliers to get them in together, and these little tongues were an absolute nightmare to get in. So I had to file them, chamfer them down, and to get them in. So yeah, it was a bit of a tight fit. I'm now covered in carbon, so I hate carbon. That's an upgrade already. Put a rubber pad on there to protect the camera. I don't like these edges of the circuit board direct onto the carbon. I think that's not very good. So a little pad. Right, just a bit of an update. Put the camera in position so it's out of harm's way, and it reminds me which is the front of the quad there. So that's going to go that way round with the programming socket on the back, so it's accessible. So what I've done is follow suit with the same as any other Naze board. You've got the back right motors 1, the front right is 2, and then back left is 3 and 4 and so on. So that's going to be on there. Now the board is actually marked. I can see M1, M2, M3 and M4 in the correct sides, correct positions. So I'm going to go ahead with that. I'm also got to put the camera and power on as well. So I'm going to do that just before I put the board in. So it comes with this lead. So for the power, so I'm going to solder these into place. I just thought I'd show you these. Hello. Yep, these are cool. And they got a little LED on here somewhere. Open wide, please, sir. Holy shamoly. That is quite difficult. The holes are so fine. So if you're not up to a high standard of soldering, don't go there. That is quite tight. I thought these boards were difficult, but these holes are very small. It's difficult to get the wires in without little flyaways. So as I always say, use the eyepiece. Have a look to make sure that there's no flyaways. When I say flying leads, any little bits of copper strands come out of the cables and actually bridging across, because it won't work otherwise. Simple. So just to let you know, I've soldered the camera. Now they've recommended you tag the camera off the power in the battery connection. So I've actually soldered it on the underside so it's out the way. I've done a little alteration because I didn't like it. They give you such a skinny bit of foam board to stick it on that what I've done is I've used a bit of my foam board, which I put away, which has made it a little bit fatter, give it a little bit of more height, keeping it well away from the carbon. So I will now dress these cables in a little bit neater, and that is almost done. Right, and there it is, all slimmed down and soldered in. All I got to do now is put a bit of sleeving on it, shrink it down, and sit it on there. And he's got a full range receiver. Right, and there, Mr. Big Nose 13, is your quadcopter. I put the propellers on. As you can see, I've used a bit of antenna pipe. I had to squish it down a little bit, make it oval to get the pair of wires in. I've got the antennas. As you can see, the black is a screen. From where it strips back, the actual what's showing is actually the 2.4 aerial, 2.4 gig aerial. So the aerials actually start from there, and that is one aerial, and that is the other aerial. What's in the pipe is screen cable. So that's well away from the props. You're not gonna, I was going to say decapitate the aerial, but if you chop them off, you're effectively losing your 2.4 antenna. You'd have to strip back by that length. So there it is, all neat and tidy. Camera's held on with elastic bands. My little foam pad I put underneath. Velcro. Batteries is going to stick on with Velcro underneath. And there's the plug. So yeah, all in all ready. So hope you're pleased with that, Mr. Big Nose 13, and a Merry Christmas. And thank you very much for everybody who's watched. So good night.